Good afternoon, I'm Karen Holmes Ward. Welcome to Cityline. Later in the program, a new documentary offering insights into Abraham Lincoln's life and his decision to end slavery in the United States. First, teaching Black history is an essential component of the daily curriculum at the Helen Y. Davis Leadership Academy in the Fields Corner section of Dorchester.
Our mission is to develop high-achieving students of good character who use problem-solving, communication, and interpersonal skills to inspire others and to catalyze educational, economic, and political advancement within their communities and the broader nation.
And joining me now is the executive director of the Academy, Arturo Forrest, and graduate Tashani Warnham. Welcome. So the Academy has created a program that's modeled after historically Black colleges and universities. Arturo, what does that look like for the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students?
So for us, it starts with the staffing that we have. It's very important to us to have a staff that's reflective of the population that we serve. We make an emphasis on empowerment and just positive affirmations every day, cultural competency within the lessons, within the visuals that you see in the building in terms of the hallways, and mainly being able to enhance set foundational curriculum that applies to real world application for our students and just everyday life for them, and making sure that we offer the best services possible for our students.
And Tashani, you attended the Helen Y. Davis Leadership Academy, and now you are attending an HBCU. Tell us about your time at Helen Davis and how it led you to your decision to pick that college.
Yes, so I did attend Helen Y. Davis. Basically, when I went to school there, they really taught us history about Black history. I chose Norfolk State University just because I loved what Helen Y. Davis put in our minds of going to a HBCU, naming our cohorts after HBCUs. So it broadened my aspect of not staying in Boston, but further my education somewhere else, such as Virginia.
And as we're looking at some of the video of the inside of the school, Arturo, I understand that the classrooms are named after figures out of Black history. There are banners up throughout the hallway representing the various HBCUs. How do you think this positively influences students like Tashani?
I think it's a goal of ours to really enhance academic risk. We want students to be comfortable, to feel supported, to feel valued. And all of that leads to just a higher level of pride and in turn, academic success.
93% of the educators at the Academy identify as people of color. How important a factor do you think that is?
Absolutely, 93% is extremely important. We model ourselves as an extension of our families. I think it leads just to higher levels of relationship building, which is critical in building any type of community, especially in the educational landscape. Our parents stay involved. We want to always promote having that partnership in the home, and it starts with the staff that we have. We have a very strong and dedicated staff that have walked the same path as many of our students.
Tashani, as you were attending the Helen Y. Davis Leadership Academy, what did it mean for you to have teachers who look like you?
It means a lot, just because when growing up, I went to Helen Y. Davis, but after that I went to medical school, and I really didn't have teachers that looked like me. So when I went to Helen Y. Davis, I had my first African-American teacher. I had my first teacher that was a person of color that can identify just like me, that might have went through the same thing as me.
So it makes a big difference.
Yes, it does. It definitely makes a big difference of having a person of color as your teacher.
Were there teachers at Helen Y. Davis who perhaps inspired you, Tashani, to follow a particular field of study? Someone that you felt that really got you as a student?
So a lot of the teachers there, basically, Mr. Forrest was actually my history teacher.
Okay.
And he really instilled the Black history into all of us, all of the students. Far as me picking my career goal of being a nursing student, I just wanted to help others, be a leader, and basically help people just like me that might have been sick when they were younger, might have been went through something when they were younger. I wanted to help people like of color and be a Black nurse. So that's why I chose my career field.
Excellent, excellent. Mr. Forrest, when you connect with the students, can you see that moment when you connect with them on your lesson plans? Can you tell?
I usually have a good gauge for that. Tashani in particular, I was reminiscing with her in preparation for this. She always was a leader, very helpful. I even remember going on the school trip, and she had waters and everything available for everyone. She's always been that type of person. I always knew at a very young age she was going to be a boss, and that's something that I feel is just important for all of our students to have the confidence and, have the real world application. We give them an opportunity and they can thrive. And so that's extremely important. I feel that with all of the students that I meet.
Arturo Forrest and Tashani, thank you for joining us to tell us about Helen White Davis School and your mission to teach Black history year-round at that public school. Take care and be well. Up next, bye-bye now. Up next, the life and legacy of President Abraham Lincoln. The fresh look at the 16th president's complex journey to end slavery. That's coming up on Cityline.